This story is to tell you about the importance of relationships because relationships entirely built and got my foot in the door with my six-figure business that I own today. And with this story, I'm going to tell you how I got my first client, how I built the relationship, and how everything dominoed from there. So my company is called Phantom Brands, and we build brands for public figures and existing brands. So people in the NBA, people in the NFL, people of that pedigree will come to us, or we go to them and say, hey, this is a fantastic opportunity for you to own a brand. You have an amazing engaged audience. You already like fashion. You already like this. Why don't we work together? And we build them a brand. As you can imagine, this type of individual, this type of customer, this client is very hard to get your foot in the door with, right? They're a very high status individual. They're not just taking meetings left and right. They're not just going to open their arms up for a company to build them their brand. So the way you get into this industry and the way I got into this industry with my company is through relationships. And that's why it's so important to build genuine relationships with all of your clients, even if they're not in the NBA, right? And this is exactly how I did it. Before I started Phantom, I had a previous brand. It was a streetwear brand that was a very high status, quote unquote, brand. So a lot of celebrities liked it. DJs, musicians, athletes, whatever the case is. And when I launched my Phantom offer for this exact avatar of individual, I leaned into my relationships because not only did I service this clientele with my previous brand with the clothing, but I also built relationships with them. I also made sure that they were happy, right? I also made sure that we went above and beyond and didn't just send them clothes and say, hey, thanks for wearing it, right? We wanted to build genuine relationships, and they came back for a massive ROI with Phantom. So when I was reaching out to the clients that I had relationships with from my previous brand, I reached out to them and got my foot in the door that way. They already knew our quality. They already knew our competency. They already knew me. And we had this previous relationship. So when I went to them with this offer, they actually listened to me, right? It was all from that relationship that I was even able to set meetings. Forget closing a client, right? But even just setting meetings came from the previous relationships I had built by going above and beyond, by over-delivering, by providing a quality product, a quality service if you're in the service-based industry, and that can lead to so many things down the road. So I started setting these appointments with public figures, a lot of professional athletes I started with. 3 days after I launched my offer, okay, my done-for-you offer, which is a 5-figure pay-in-full plus stuff on the back end, that will be another video, I got my first client, paid in full, a piss. One phone call, 3 days after launching, 5-figure deal, because I had built the relationship, because this individual knew the quality of work that I can provide with my companies. They knew that they could trust me with the project. And so the way to really build a relationship is to go above and beyond, to over-deliver, and to always cater to the client, okay? I understand there comes a fine line with this, right? But if we can do this flawlessly and seamlessly, then these relationships can really materialize into other opportunities, into other businesses, into other money-making vehicles. And then once I got that first client, that first professional athlete, then every single client from there on was much, much easier. I mean, genuinely, if I didn't get my foot in the door with these athletes and have this relationship, I don't know if Phantom ever would have gotten off the ground. Because again, it's a hard industry to penetrate, right? And this can go for any service-based business, any product-based business for that matter, when you're getting in with manufacturers, when you're getting in with other high businesses or clients, having social proof, testimonials, right? Big names that you've worked with can genuinely make or break you. It can skyrocket you instantly. It put me into rooms instantly. It got me other clients instantly. And it all comes back to building the relationship. And now this company is doing well over 6 figures a year because I got in the door and built relationships with the right people. So it shouldn't be all of your time, right? You shouldn't spend 10 hours a day on networking. But I do advise you go out of your way to build amazing relationships, do right by people, and over-deliver. And I promise you on the back end, it's going to return with an ROI of tenfold minimum. And if you're an entrepreneur and you want more business resources, I have 3 free courses in the link below. It's going to be 0 to 10K mastery, mindset, which is massively important for business, and also my value offer matrix framework, which is the exact framework that I use to build my done-for-you offer that averages me $40,000 in revenue per client. So check out the link below. I'll see you guys next video.